Okay, once you download the file, I like to save it in its own folder, just to keep things organized. So we're going to extract all. Once it's extracted, you'll see that the software has been placed in this folder. We've got an input file and then the software. Let's look at the input file first. So in the input file, what you're going to have is just, make this a little easier to see here. You're going to have the input term, whether it's ready to be submitted, and if it's been completed or not. So all you're going to do is put your term here. So let's do in-ground pools again. This one's ready to be submitted. Again, like all the other, or like other sheets, you can add other keywords here, but they will not be run by the software until you mark them as ready to be done. And then if they have been ran and there's a completed in the status, it will not rerun those either. So now this one's ready to just to submit this one term. So we'll hit save, close that. And then we're going to now run the Edge 1 analysis software. First thing we'll need to do is add our license key. So copy and put your license key. And once we open, what we'll do is set our OpenAI key. Let's go ahead and do that first. And then what we have here is we have the adjacents and the neighbors is kind of what we're calling them. So these are, for the term we use like in-ground pools, these are the immediate next door related topics or entities, so kind of like the next door neighbors. And then the other neighbors, or like say 2 houses down, those are going to be terms that are then related to the adjacent terms that are pulled back. So let's go ahead and on this one, we're just going to run this at, we'll do 20 of these and 5 of these. What that means is going to grab 20 terms for this and then 5 terms for each of the 20. And then you can choose whether you want to use GPT-3 or GPT-4. I'm going to use 3.5 on this one. We're going to select our input file. So here's the input file, open, and then you just hit start. You can see over here it's going to do 20 and 5. Then it'll go through and it'll perform the analysis. It takes, I don't know, it might take a minute or two depending on how fast OpenAI, the API, is responding. So I will pause this while it runs through the analysis. Okay, so it's run through. You can see here in the terminal where it kind of shows you the progress, and then the execution is complete. So we just say okay. Now we go back here and you can see here's the analysis scans, and here's the Edge 1 analysis for in-ground pools. When we open this, what it's done, it's created a pivot table. So you can see here is the term we used. Here's the adjacents or the primary terms for that. And then here are the neighbors or additional kind of primary terms to the above ground pool term for this example. So we got in-ground pools. Other terms or entities you want to discuss on your site would be these above grounds, fiberglass pools, pool builders. And then when you're talking about above ground pools, here's other terms and entities that are related. So that is how you run the Edge 1 analysis software to gather your primary and secondary nodes based on the primary input.